We're on 4,500 RPM, 120. So hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're reviewing the Toyota Fortuner 2021. This is the latest Fortuner. You can see by the new grille that it is the latest and it looks mind blowing. Just look at the car, it looks very good. The chrome treatment on the car is very nice and very subtle. I like the piano black finish on the grille also. Let's go to the rear end. Okay, guys, so this is the rear end of the Toyota Fortuner. It looks the exact same like the older one, except for these very stylish tail lights. They look very sleek and very nice with a nice piano black finish and like a border to it. Let me open the tailgate. It is an automated tailgate. I like the speed of the tailgate. It is very fast, it's not slow. There it goes. Okay guys, let's go to the passenger seats. Okay guys, so let me show you the rear passenger seats. The rear passenger seats are very spacious. There's a nice side step to get on the seats on. There is nice leather finish over here. It is a nice piano black finish also over here. They have not given handles over here, which I think it misses out on. I mean, it is there on the front, but it's not over here. And there are separate blower vents for the passengers. There's an air control over here. The Fortuner badging on the rear passenger seat is very sharp and looks very nice. So guys, let's get driving. This is the 2021 Fortuner 4x2 2.8 liter diesel engine. It's automatic gearbox. It's a torque converter gearbox. The engine is a nice engine. It produces 201 horsepower with 500 Newton meters of torque. So yeah, the car is entirely powered by the torque. 200 horsepower is nothing for a car this size. But still better than the petrol engine. The petrol is a 2.7 liter, but it lacks so much power. It has 160 horsepower and around 250 or 280 Newton meters of torque. So yeah, the petrol gearbox lags a lot. I don't even know why they sell the petrol engine anymore, because no one buys the Fortuner in a petrol engine. So this is the same Fortuner, which is also the Legender. So the Legender has the same engine, same powertrain options, same 4x2. Just the Legender has exterior changes, which looks nice, which looks very nice. I like that a lot. But the price difference between the Legender and this is nearly 3.5 to 4 lakhs, which is a lot for only exterior tweaks. It is a lot for only exterior tweaks. The car has a very commanding position over all other cars. I personally am not a fan of the Fortuner in this segment. So Fortuner's rivals are the Ford Endeavour, the Mahindra Alturas and the MG Gloster, which is a phenomenal car. So the Fortuner, before earlier, there was only the Fortuner and the Endeavour in the same segment. So the Fortuner lacked a lot of power compared to the Endeavour earlier, because the Endeavour was also available in a 3.2 liter engine, which was very nice. It was a very nice engine, and it was an 8-speed gearbox. It was a very nice gearbox too. But now Fortuner is the one that has left all its rivals behind, because it is the only one with a 2.8 liter. The Endeavour comes with a 2 liter and the Gloster also comes with a 2 liter twin turbo engine. So car, it's nice. The interiors are nice. I like the interiors. It is not very different from the Innova because of it is the same AC temperature control. It is the same infotainment system, just placed in a different way. But I like the interior because there are very less hard plastics as such. You know, in the Innova it is very cheap quality. These plastics are not. Quality is also nice, and it is also leather. There's leather padding in a lot of places. In the door handles over here, there's a lot of leather padding, so it's nice. The gearbox has a very nice texture over here. I don't know what this is called, but it is a very nice texture. So yeah, they have done a few changes in the Fortuner. Like the Legender has wireless charging options. It has a USB port in the back and 2-3 more features, but I think those features should come standard in all Fortuners. If I'm paying 42 or 43 lakhs for a car, I at least expect a wireless charger or at least a USB port. But there's one thing in this car which I like, is that they've given ventilated seats. It is only with the cooling function, but yeah, I mean they're there, so it's good. Toyota's given ventilated seats. Okay, so I like the steering wheel of the Fortuner. It's a nice small steering wheel, which is very sporty. It looks nice. I like this texture over here, which is also over here. But I'm gonna put the car on sport mode and I'm gonna drive it over here to show you how the car actually is. It is very phenomenal. Okay, I'm gonna put the car on sport right now. Yep, there it goes. Displays become red over here. The car also has paddle shifters. So I'm going to downshift. We're on first gear, revving till 4,500 RPM. Second gear, going on 80. Third gear, it holds the gear. We're on 4,500 RPM, 120. Wow. 130. 140 on fourth gear. It is amazing the way this car handles. I'm in love with the Fortuner. Look at the way this car pulls. It revs so much being a diesel engine. Look at this, look at this. It is amazing. I love the paddle shifters on this car. So this car has a sport mode. So this car has 3 modes: sport, normal and eco. In the sport mode, you can also, so there's a sport mode in the gearbox also, which is basically the manual mode. So you can put the car into sport mode and then take manual control of things. So the very good feature and very unique feature of this car, it holds on to the gear. I have seen this in a very less amount of cars like the Audi TT and all. Only in those cars, only those high segment cars, not in these cars. Having a gearbox which holds the gear is a very nice feature, and for the Fortuner to have it is very nice. So the car does have auto dimming rear view mirrors, which it did not in the earlier one, so it's a good upgrade. I love the way this car handles. This car, so steering wheel does not weigh up in the sport mode, which it should, I think. But this car still handles phenomenally. The way the car picks pace, the way it changes gears. Well, let's see how the car performs on the turn. Okay, I'm on sport. I'm accelerating, I'm turning. Going on 60 right now. Okay, it's pretty nice on a turn also. I just love revving this car. I love kicking down the accelerator in this car. It is very shocking for a car this size to be so powerful. It picks pace also very nice. Yeah, you can hear it roar. I mean, yeah, the engine does sound bad after maybe 3000 RPM. I love these. Okay, I'm gonna put it on manual. I'm gonna downshift. I'm on third. Okay. Fourth. I would love to drive this car on the expressway. Fifth gear, 120, 130, 140. Look at the way the car is handling on 140. If a car can handle a turn like this on such a high speed, I think the car can handle a lot of turns. I'm impressed with this car. I'm thoroughly impressed with this car. Okay guys, let me say this quickly. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video. A lot of hard work goes in making these videos, and I would be very grateful if you would like, share and subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at zubin.thecarguy. Somehow I always end up behind trucks. Somehow. Okay, so this car has a very nice media interface. It is responsive. It has Apple CarPlay. It has Android Auto. It also shows the average right now, fuel economy right now, which is 10.4 over 100 kilometers, which is around 9.5 liter. So that is 9.5 kilometers per liter average, which is pretty nice because I've been revving this car for a while right now. So I think that is why the averages went down. So over here is the cool glove box, and this is the normal glove box. I like this glove box. It also has Fortuner written over here. When you press it, it opens. It's a good size also. Also has steering wheel mounted controls and a cruise control button, so which is pretty nice. The cuppy holder over here on both sides is nice because if you keep a can over here, it gets cool because of the AC vent. So it is very smartly placed. But the one thing that the Fortuner misses out on is the sunroof. They have to put a sunroof in the Fortuner. All its rivals come with panoramic sunroofs, while this car doesn't even have a small one, which is very disappointing. If you're charging 43 lakhs for this car and you can't provide a sunroof, then I wonder where all the money is going. Because the car also does not have entire leather interior like the other, like the Gloster. This car does have plastic, does have hard plastic. It has a lot of leather in places, but this car also does have plastic. So a lot of cost cutting has been done on this car too, and I don't know why. Because they're already charging a premium for it. Okay, I like the ventilated seats. If I'm going for a long road trip or something, I think the ventilated seats come to a very good use. I love the ride height. I know I can't stop talking about it, but I love the ride height because generally SUVs have a very nice commanding position, which this one also does. And you can see the bonnet. I can see the bonnet, which is a very nice thing because nowadays you can't see bonnets in the cars. I'm going to put the car in sport again, and we're going to see how the car performs. So I'm going to take this turn. I'm on 100 right now, 110 right now. Yeah, not very good at taking turns, so not very good at cornering at high speeds. It's okay, it is not very good, not very bad, because in sport the steering wheel does not weigh up, so it's still this gearbox, it's still moving around everywhere. But the car pulls hard and fast. If a diesel is revving to 4,500 RPM, I'm sure they've tuned it to a very nice way. So in the Fortuner, I do like the look of the Legender also, but it's just not practical. A logical person would not buy the Legender because it is so expensive. It is 4 lakhs of a premium than this one. It's apparently the same except some exterior tweaks. The car also has nice steering wheel mounted controls. So overall, I think this car is pretty nice. I love when you have to rev the car. It revs insanely. The car is phenomenal at picking pace. If you want to overtake, it is very dependable. It is big, it is expensive, but so I'm not sure if I would spend that amount for this car. You should comment down and tell me if you would spend the 45 lakh or the 44 lakh if you had it to buy this car, or would you buy something else? You can also comment down what other review would you like to see of which car. Okay, yeah guys, so I think this is it. This is the 2021 Toyota Fortuner 4x2 automatic diesel gearbox and transmission for you. Thanks guys, keep watching.